Record, we have a funny story for you today. We have a charming guest for you today. And we have a story involving stolen nudes. Friends stealing nudes of friends and their sexual partners. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about the actual story. Our guest, Adrian, I like him a lot, and that is not just because when we first started talking, he's told me how much of a fan he is of me. That's not the only reason. He's a very good dude, very interesting guy, and he's got a really, really funny, hectic, awkward story about his wife's best friend's husband. And if that's confusing, don't worry, because it's not going to be confusing for very long, because here comes the episode. If you want to be a guest on the show, go to theprivaterecord.com and submit yourself as a potential guest. I can't wait to hear from you. Of course, follow us on social media at The Private Record on Instagram and TikTok. And please, oh, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Private Record. Like the episode, comment on the episode, and share the episode with your friends. It means the world to me, and that's how we're going to continue to grow this show. Thank you very much. I love you very much. I appreciate you very much. Enjoy the show. I'll see you soon.
All right. So I'm Adrian. I am 29 years old. I'm a father of 3 kids. To my lady,
Nice.
she's the mother of 2 of them. We both had kids before we got together. So
Cool.
The story is just about how her best friend's husband stole nudes out of her phone. The way it happened is pretty interesting. Like, we'll obviously get into that, but that's it in a handbag. Like, her best friend's husband stole nudes out of her phone, and like, that's a crazy situation in itself.
I mean, that is so wild. I just a little bit of context for the listeners and people watching this. Adrian submitted this a while ago, and for whatever reason, it like stuck in my head. We reached out to him. It didn't work out the first time we tried to connect. And then I just remembered recently, I was like, we got to get the guy whose wife's best friend's husband stole the fucking nudes. We got to figure this out. So we're here. I'm happy. Can't wait to hear it. Let's do it.
That's great. So basically, me and her had been together at this point for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
We had already had our kid together.
Mm-hmm.
So our kid was very young, months old probably at this point. And she had been best friends with these people, both of them. She was actually friends with him before they even got together, and she introduced them. So she's like the whole reason that they're together. And they have been friends again for our whole relationship. And when it started, I don't like a lot of people.
Yeah.
So like initially I was like, nah, I don't like it. They tried to invite me to parties and stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go. I'm just like, that's just not me. They weren't my vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't their vibe either though. And that's just, some people don't just mix well.
Totally.
But so they got married. They had just had a kid too. Like their kid was almost like the same age as ours, like around the same time. And me and her husband actually started like getting kind of closer. We were in a flag football, like an adult flag football league together. He was like, hey, we do this every year. You want to jump in? I was like, I'm so down. Like, let's run it. I got his number. I don't save numbers. This will come into the story later.
Okay.
But like, I don't like people. I've already said it. Like, if I get your number, like, I'm going to know that I'm talking to Matt because I got to still trap as a memory. Like, that's whatever.
That's interesting, actually.
So
that you don't save numbers.
I don't save a lot of numbers. Even my cousin, he gets a new phone all the time. Like, I don't save his numbers. Just no need to. And you're going to get a new number anyway. So I have his number. I didn't save it, but we're texting back and forth. We're doing flag football. I've taken him to work a couple times at this point. And I mean, I'd say like 2 months of us getting cool or whatever. That's where we are in the story.
Okay.
And my girl's phone breaks. And he's like, I can fix phones. Like I do that, like on the side. I can fix phones, no problem. They're best friends. Like, let me just fix your phone.
So he actually does like make money on the side fixing phones.
I have no clue.
Right. But this is what he says to you though.
That's
right?
what he says to me.
Right.
Yeah, as far as I know, like he's done it before and fixed somebody's phone before.
And you have no reason not to trust this guy at this point.
Why
Zero.
not? I don't know this guy. Like, we're playing flag football.
Right.
Like, I've taken him to work. There's no, he hasn't been weird at all.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So we take him the phone, and she gets a new phone. As we're giving them the phone, she's over there. I'm, again, not over there. Don't go to their house often. So
Okay.
she's with them when she has her new phone and she's setting it up. And like we all know how iPhone works.
Yep.
As soon as you set up your phone, you got everything on your phone.
Yep. Yep.
Nothing new. You don't have to do anything. It's
don't
right
have
there.
to do anything. It's shocking, actually.
She's sitting in the living room with him and his wife. And she's like, I got everything. I can see all my pictures, all of my contacts. I'm good. But still fix that phone. I'm going to need it. Like, you know, just as a backup. We got kids. They love having phones.
Yeah.
I fix that phone. We'll get it back. So like a week goes by.
Okay.
Nothing from the phone. And like, I've replaced the back of an iPhone before. It
doesn't take that
science.
long. No. Yeah.
I can look up a couple YouTube videos and get it done. Night. So, I mean, it's to the point where we're like, we'll just go get it back and like take it to a store at this point. Cause he's been like, it won't recognize this. It won't like sync up. It won't do this and that. And like, I was like, all right, whatever. So she has me go into her phone and like look through a thread that she sent my mom. She's trying to find something. So I'm in her phone and I'm looking and I see at the very bottom, one of the first text messages sent in her phone. And it was like 17 images to a random number. 17 images. And I was like, all right, like, I don't care. Like, I don't go through phones. I'm not really worried about that. We got kids, like we're deep in this, whatever.
Right.
But 17 images is a little like,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Pushing it. So I'm in there. I go in there and it's like a bunch of nudes, like her old nudes that we've had, nudes of me and her. Like,
you two, like, including you.
Yes,
whoa.
Like,
okay.
Full videos, not just pictures. I'm talking like 3-4 minute videos. Cause like we're freaks, bro. Like
dude,
we're freaks. Everybody knows. Yeah. Like, you don't care. My mom knows, her mom knows. Like, we do this type of shit. Like
he's a freak, folks.
So they're all in there. I mean, again, shit at me, like, you know, doing.
Right.
And I'm like in boyfriend mode right here. Cause it's a random number.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, but these aren't like new nudes.
Right.
Obviously, if it was to a guy she's trying to, whatever, they'd be new nudes. And they wouldn't be videos of me.
Of you, exactly. Yeah.
Fucking her. Like, that's not what she would send. So
nope.
I'm in this weird zone of like, what the fuck? And like, but something's going on.
What are you even like? Because that is so. If I experienced what you, I would be so confused, dude. Like at first, at least. Like what was initially going? Matt D'Elia is confused. Matt D'Elia would be confused. Like what is going through your head right then?
Bro, I was upset. Like, and it wasn't like the best. Again, this is like 4 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
We weren't in like the best situation in our relationship. It's still new. We rushed into it. She's already moved in.
Yeah.
She lived with them when we met.
Okay.
She lived with them. So like I was like, nah, come live with me. So like it was a weird spot. So I was like, this could be, you know, her doing something. And then I was like, but the videos of me, that's crazy.
It's too much.
And then again, like we had an OnlyFans and stuff like that. Like I was like, maybe she like, you know, sent them and like sold them. So immediately.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
I don't even give myself time to think. I come out of the bathroom and I'm like, hey, yo, like, what is this about? Because communication's key. That's like,
I was going to say, that's the best thing to do. For anybody listening, anything like this ever happens, just bring it up, dude. Don't sit on it. Don't let it stew. Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and think about this all night and get frustrated. And that's what I could have done. I've been frustrated for no reason, especially what happens afterwards. But like, no, communication is what I'm trying to build our relationship.
Right. Yeah.
So I go to her and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Please, like, you know, lighten this love for me, please. Just explain it. And she is just as shocked as me.
Yeah.
She's like, I have no idea. And again, I'm still in that boyfriend mode where I'm like, I've said that before.
Yes, right.
I've been the guy who's like, I have no clue what that is. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, let me take a minute.
Yeah. Right.
Let me go get a Swisher Sweet. I got to smoke, man. I got to like relax. Let me just, because this doesn't make sense. You're not helping me make it make sense.
Right.
I'm not mad at you, but like, I got to figure this out.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So the corner store is probably 45 seconds from my house. In this time, she's already texted her best friend the screenshots. The same best friend. She's texted her the screenshots with the number included. She's like, look what Adrian just found in my phone. Like, I don't know what this could be. I don't know what this is.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like, this is crazy though.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to the corner store, 45 seconds away, and like the last 4 digits of the number just like clicked in my head.
Yeah, they're in
I
here.
didn't have his number saved.
Right,
And
right,
we've been
right.
texting. I've been again, like, so the last 4 digits clicked, and I go straight to his. At this point, like the math is like
You got
going
it.
up in my head. So I go straight to his text, and it's the exact same number. And like as I pick up the phone to call my girl, I'm like, I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, it's this guy.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Her best friend texts her back and says, that's my husband's number.
It's all colliding all at once,
it's
dude.
over.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
End of the podcast, right?
Yeah,
the episode's done. That's the story. That's where it should end, right?
You would think.
Not even close. So now his wife is just thrown into this.
Yeah.
I could only imagine. Like, don't ask me how she was feeling or like, because I don't know. I don't know. All I know is what she said and what happened. So again, this is like, for me, the perspective is like, if you were there, this never would have happened. I was the person that was there. So
right.
That's where my perspective. I'm not really even involved that much outside of the videos. That could have been any guy though. Like, so I'm like real, bro. Like, I don't want to hide stuff. Like, everything. You're out red-handed. It's caught.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
So I text him before his wife even gets the chance to get home.
Oh shit.
I text him and I'm like, hey, did you get any weird messages?
That's a good way to do it.
From Taryn?
Yeah.
Or like, did she send you any weird messages or like weird pictures?
Yeah.
And his response, which is the guiltiest thing I've ever heard someone respond to me.
Can't wait.
He said, no, sir, I did not.
No, sir, I did not. Anyway,
and I'm already hot. Like, I'm already hot. But when he said, no, sir, I did not, like, I was like, bro, just say yeah.
Yeah.
Just say yeah.
Because
no,
you did,
sir,
because everyone fucking knows you did, because I'm looking at your number and you did. Yeah.
You did. You have the phone.
Yep.
Like, you have the phone in your possession still right now.
Right. Yeah.
Come on, bro. And when I was like, no, I think you did. That's what I responded. I was like, no, I think you did, bro. Like, let's go ahead and talk about this.
Yeah.
And he immediately calls me. Again, guilty. Like, super guilty. Like, immediately picks up the phone and is like, hey, I would never do anything like this. I love my wife and my family. I love my beautiful wife. Like,
come on.
Spilling the beans. And I'm like, bro, honestly, it's just like weird at this point. Like, he like lived with you guys. Like, you're just a weirdo at this point. Like, I'm feeling like sensitive for the guy. Feeling like sad. Like, this is a sad existence, though, especially when he's like, I love my beautiful wife.
That's sad. That's a sad thing to go to when you ask him that question. Like, that's just sad.
Like, that's not even what this is about.
Yeah, right.
And then like, I'm like, all right, like, you're not gonna own up to it, but like, we're gonna come get the phone. Obviously, like, we don't have the phone anymore at all.
At all. You're the last person that should be having this phone right now. Yeah.
So, all right, now we slide over to my girl and his wife, which they are best friends, like serious best friends, like talk all day long, every day. Something's gotta happen there because it's just like too much.
Yeah.
So she's not accepting it at all.
Whoa.
Straight up, like, I believe both of you guys. He's telling me he didn't do anything. You're telling me you wouldn't send him those pictures. So I believe you both. And like, it's just not making sense to me. Just denial.
Believe you both is weird because it's like, if you believe what's on the phone that your best friend has and is showing you, then you can't believe your husband, right? Like, you can't believe both things.
You can't. There's no way.
Yeah.
So she's like, I need more information. Can you go and find my iPhone? Because it'll tell you exactly if the phone was turned on. Because I've been here. I've seen him.
Right.
He didn't send any pictures at 6 a.m. The phone's broken apart. He can't even use it.
Okay.
I don't believe that he did it. So if you go and she tells us, if you go and find my iPhone, it'll tell you when the phone was turned on, exactly the time and the location.
Okay.
Dude, 2 minutes later, we send her the screenshot, turned on at their house at the exact time, 15 minutes before the messages were sent.
The most red-handed. Like, that's as red-handed as you could be caught.
Exactly.
And she was like, do it, do that. Because
Do
she
that,
thought it
and then
wasn't true.
yes. And then
Yeah.
and then after we give her that information, she's like, well, the times just aren't matching up to me. How could the phone be turned on and turned off? And then 15 minutes later, the messages were sent. And at that point, I was like, hey, just stop talking to
Yeah,
her.
what do you even fucking, what? That's just, she's like in a state, like her brain can't work or something.
It
you know?
cannot. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I have no clue what because I could only, she just had a kid with this guy. They just got married.
It does
Like,
make
this,
sense that she would be in such denial.
I would also be like, no,
totally.
there's no way. There's
Yeah.
no way that this is happening.
Yeah.
So she takes that information and like they're talking and going on through the night. And she's like, I'm going through his phone right now, trying to find like anything that'll prove that he sent these messages or like he received them. I'm not finding anything. I mean, and the dude's read receipts are on. So like it's timestamped.
Yeah.
Everything is flat out. And as she's going through his phone, she's like, oh my God, I just found Tinder download.
And how long they've been married for this couple? Like a while.
At this point, I don't know. It was fresh. I'd say like a year they've been married because they've been dating a long time before that. But
gotcha.
They've been married for like a year up to this point. So she's like, I found Tinder downloaded. And she's like going through the messages. And she's like, there's so many girls in here. I just can't believe it. And then she texts us, oh my God, the picture isn't even of him.
Dude. I mean, holy shit. What is even this guy? What the fuck?
So my girl asks, like, she's like, what is he saying in these messages?
Yeah.
Like, what's like, is he like meeting girls or like this and that? And she's like, I just read almost every one. And in every one, he's just begging for nudes.
Oh no, dude. He does this shit. What the fuck's he doing with all this shit though?
I don't know, man. I guess masturbating. Like
that's the whole game for him. Jesus, what the fuck?
I mean,
Get a hobby.
He's not super bright. He's not super bright because again, we're talking about she was there when she's like, all the stuff is on my phone. I can see everything, and like he's still trying to like come up with these lies about I wasn't doing this. The phone's not together. I don't do this. So the kid's not all the way there. I guess would be the only thing, and he just like needs that satisfaction, like or something from it, but. The picture of it and not even being him, that's the part that got me because I'm like, what was he doing? Did he like get on Instagram and like be like, that guy will work for what I'm trying to do? Like
not who, but like what even was the picture representative of? Like it was
just a hot guy, bro.
Dude, that is hilarious.
Just a bunch of pictures of hot dudes. Like, you know, you got to scroll through the pics on Tinder. Like, I don't know. I guess he like saw a dude who was feeling on Tinder or on Instagram and was like, I'm going to snatch this dude's pics. He'll definitely give me some booby pics.
Right. It'll get me nudes.
Man, that's crazy. And then like, once that part came out, it's just like, I've been on Tinder, sure. But I've never even asked for nudes on Tinder.
Well, that was my first thought, honestly. Like, is Tinder even a place where I feel like that's not what happens on Tinder. I actually have never been, but that's not like just such a weird like game the guy's playing. Do you know what I mean? Like that's like
it's so strange. And to have a kid, because I have 3 kids. And like to me, nudes are not worth it to like risk it all.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Nudes, like I'm not gonna risk seeing my kids, being around my kids.
Right.
Just nudes. Like that's not worth it. There's not a lot that I would risk for that. But you're like talking about just nudes.
Yeah.
And like that's something that I just couldn't get past. And again, for me, like watching it and witnessing it from like that third party perspective and just seeing like people like completely in denial.
Yeah.
The situation that's at hand, you're caught red-handed. Everything is like right out, laid in front of you, and you can't just sit there and accept. Oh snap! He really did this,
dude. It's so interesting how, and I'm not going to pretend I don't get it. I do. When something that you really don't want to be true is shown to you to be true, you are trying to come up with any reason why it is not true, and in the moment you're kind of like dumb because you're not allowing the simple truth to sink into your mind. You're coming up with other shit that is clearly not the case. So I get it, but like, So wait, I have what happens now? The guy cannot deny it at all. So what happens with the guy now?
Oh, dude. Well, they both just tried to fight us. Like because this went on for like a couple days.
Okay.
Like this is like basically a breakup between her and her best friend,
Yeah.
on
What
top
the
of everything else
fuck?
that's going on. So this went on for like 2 or 3 days, and by the end of it, her best friend is like trying to fight her. She's like, "Pull up,
What?
like we can hang
What?
right now, like if you want to." Like she had blamed her for like
What? Wait.
sending
How?
because she just didn't. It wasn't working for her. It wasn't
Yeah.
clicking. Nothing was clicking in both of their brains. For him, I mean,
Oh,
because I haven't revisited this for a
yeah.
while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So me
Yeah.
and her were talking about it when you guys emailed me, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, what was he thinking?
What was he thinking?
What was he thinking? Like anything. Fix someone else's phone. But like, what are you thinking?
Do it to
So
strangers is already a waste of time, let's face it. But like doing it to someone that you're that close with, it's almost like getting the whatever kick he did get out of getting the nudes. It's like he needed to up the ante or else,
had to.
you know what I'm saying? Like it had to be part of it for him. Part of the kick was like, I'm gonna do it to my wife's best friend. And like,
She used to live here. I've always like looked at
right.
her that
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
all that's all
Yeah.
on the surface now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
someone
yeah.
with common sense as myself, like I can see all of that now.
Yeah, yeah,
And like
yeah.
that's the sick part. Like what? Like she slept in their house. While
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's the sick part. And I'm not accusing anyone of doing anything,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
putting yourself in a situation to let people think of you that way,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I have no other choice.
Yeah, I mean, he's not really putting a very flattering light on himself with this with this behavior. I would love to like I would love to have seen the confrontation between him and your wife's former best friend. Just him denying it and her wanting so badly to believe some version of some bullshit thing he's saying. It's just like
I'm sure
that.
it was quick.
It must have been, right?
It must have been quick because you have to just that's like it's like being like what's the answer when we die? Jesus Christ.
Right.
Conversation over.
Yeah,
It
right,
had to be quick. You want to
yeah,
accept that? He's
yeah.
giving you what you want to accept. It had to be a quick confrontation. I'm sure there was none because again, it turned to like
Right
vicious.
away,
It
yeah,
turned vicious towards us immediately. So like they were obviously like, on the same team, like
yeah. He must have
with
been
it.
so fucking relieved, dude, at that, because he
Bro,
knows the truth. Like, she should have fucking left his ass on the spot, you know?
yeah, and that's what I told my girl. I was like, honestly, like you can do what you want to do, but I won't feel the same about you if you continue to associate with these type of people.
Yeah, those
And like,
are,
and
yeah.
that's not fair. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not like, hey, you can hang out with them, you can't hang out with
Mm,
them. But that situation, the denial and the like straight up lies, blatant lies, it was
yeah,
just like, hey, that's like a line I can't mesh with. So
yeah.
yeah, they wanted to fight us. And then I was like, I'm just gonna come and get the phone, actually.
Yeah, we're not gonna
Like,
fight. You're
I'm
gonna give me
not
the
mad
phone.
at
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I have
yeah, yeah,
no
yeah.
like, I don't care about this at all. Like you could have asked, and I personally would have sent you some nudes. I'm
Right.
like that. Like, and I'm like that. So
Yeah,
that's
right.
weird. It's a
Which
weird
which
like go
goes to
around.
show that it's part of the kick for him. It's like he doesn't want to get it consensually. He wants to fuck
Nah, it's
around and be shady.
crazy. It's weird, man. So I pull up and I get the phone. Nothing, obviously. Like there was no fighting. There was no like,
Yeah. Of
words.
course. Yeah.
She handed me the phone, and like one of her things was like, how could he have put the phone together so quickly in 15 minutes and done what he did and then get it back? As soon as I got the phone, I just like tightened a couple screws
Right. Yeah.
and like plugged in like one wire. I know nothing about fixing iPhones. I'm not gonna pretend like I do.
Yeah.
I plugged in one wire where it looked like it should have went. The screen came on.
Wow.
I could use it. I could look at all of the pictures, all of the stuff, like right then and there, like easily.
Yeah. Wow.
And I know nothing about fixing iPhones. And like, I basically put it together and fix it. Like, you could have just done that and been like, that's the best I could do.
Yeah.
But
no,
you
for a
wanted
week.
something deeper than that.
Yeah.
And it was like,
of course. Yeah.
So didn't get to finish the flag football. I don't know if you're curious about that, but I didn't get to finish the season out.
What I am curious about is obviously no fight ever happened, but like, have your wife and his wife ever exchanged words since then?
Yeah, they like, because they're best friends. And again, I'm not going to be like, no, don't hang out with her.
Yeah,
but there was a point after that where she was like, I'm leaving him. I'm not with him anymore. Like this and that. And they like tried to link back up and they took the kids to the park. Like, you know, mom stuff, mom best friend stuff. They took the kids to the park and like she like answered a FaceTime from him and they were just like talking like everything was cool and chill. And like, yeah. And then my girl was like, nah, that made me like super uncomfortable. Like I'm still uncomfortable about it. Like that, because me, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Like you can see me fucking all day long, but like her, she doesn't want this guy to see her nude. Like,
it's a totally different thing. Yeah, it's such an invasion of her specific privacy too. And I get why she would be like, well, I can't be around that fucking guy ever. And I mean,
even in the FaceTime.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, and she was like, just being with her and like being able to put myself in a situation where I'd have to be around him at some point. No. So they like ended up not talking after that. And like she invited her to a kid's birthday and she was like, didn't come, just didn't show up. So then she was really like, all right, that's my last straw. And I was like, that's your last straw. Come on. Like,
you don't fuck with the kids, dude. You don't fuck with
the
kids.
Don't fuck with the kids. Yeah, not with the moms. But then they're good now. I think those two, I don't really know. I'm not keeping up with them, bro. I barely can keep up with my Twitter. Like I like it's been months since I've tweeted. So I have no clue. I think the last time I heard they were back together, man.
Wow.
Chilling and vibing. But they got a kid together. I mean, it's tough, but there's no way he's not still doing the same exact shit he's been doing. Bro.
I mean, if there was no consequence for him the first time, there's no way he's not doing it now. You know?
Nah,
he just figured out a better way to do it, like a more hidden way. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, I guess he learned like, oh man, maybe I should pay attention to iMessage.
Maybe I should have. Dude, just delete the text after you send it. What the fuck is he thinking, dude? That's so obvious.
Well, no, he deleted them off of that phone and his phone.
Oh, right. They're still
together. He had a new phone. The new phone, it was like, you're done. Like it was a wrap. They were there forever, man. So
wow.
That's tough. I'd show you proof, but that's like nasty, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate your offer, but I'm good. I'll take your word for it though.
Yeah, they were straight. Like, no, he had every right to steal them. Like, they were great.
Yeah, yeah. But you should feel proud about that part. He was like, "Oh, you know what? I need these."
Dude, you know, everybody asks me that, bro. Whenever I tell them this story, that's always the first thing. They're always like, "Were you like flattered that he like involved you?" And I'm like, "Bro, not really.
Not really. It wasn't about me, really but thanks." Yeah.
That's kind of creepy, man. It made it weird. That's the part that made it weird. Because if it was all her, cool. But like throwing me in there, that's like weird, bro. We're playing flag football. He was the center, bro. I was the quarterback.
Oh, see,
like that's where he got the idea together, bro.
That's where he got the idea, dude. He's like, this is an interesting. I'm gonna go through her phone and steal some shit.
One of these in here because I'm not gonna say I haven't thought about it. But
yeah.
It was nuts. It was nuts.
That's fucking wild, man. That is honestly such an overstep. Like that is a crazy overstep. I don't even know. No, I would never. If somebody did that to me or my girl, I would just be like, dude, what I would be the most, I'd be like, why'd you have to go and fuck all this up? Like, we're friends. And now I can't be your friend, you fucking idiot. You know what I mean?
I guess. But me, I already didn't want to be the guy's friend. So it was just like thank God I don't have to pretend anymore.
Yeah, so, you got off easy for sure.
I did get off easy. And I'm like, man, like, it happens, bro. But I was like, why though? Because I did.
Why?
Let's put it to the flag football. Like whatever. I wanted to play flag football was fun. Real bad, bro. It was fun. I got like active and shit. I haven't been active since high school. Fun. That I did want to finish that season, bro. And I was like, dude.
He took that from you, dude.
Bro.
Yeah. Not worth it.
That's crazy, man.
Not worth it, dude. But what's done is done. Wow, that's a fucking hilarious story, man.
Yeah. For a second there, when you were like, I thought you were gonna be like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was the craziest story I ever heard, and I was gonna be like, "You fucking liar!"
That would be a lie.
To 7 people,
that
bro.
would be a lie. That would be a lie.
That would be a lie. It's not that crazy.
We got a question. What's up? Did you probably don't know? Did the former homie finish the football season, or was he too shamed to show up?
I have no clue. Those were his friends, bro.
See, he don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, no clue, man. I wish I knew.
Right, yeah. You could have stayed if the other guy was too ashamed. Maybe he stopped showing up and shit because he thought you were going to show up.
They were all his friends, though.
Oh, it was all his buddies. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked out.
No,
I would have had no pull on those stories.
Yeah. You don't need that. You don't need that.
But yeah, man, that's it. Like again, I wanted to keep it light, bro. Keep it fresh. I
Yeah, I
thought it'd be
appreciate
nice
it,
to
dude.
catch up,
We're definitely
something
got some funny ones. It's short and sweet too, so we'll probably put it together with another one as well. So it'll be
love
good.
that.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for the submission. Thanks for telling it so well. And thanks for letting us share it with the world, dude.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Pleasure. Thank you, brother.
Take care, man.
You too.